Hello everyone. Today in this session we'll continue the exercise 2.3 and we'll solve question number 5. Yesterday we have seen, that is in the previous session, that how we are going to calculate the rank correlation coefficient with the help of Spearman's method, and we have assigned the ranks also to the observations of variable x as well as variable y, and then we have tried to calculate the rank correlation. Same way today also we'll try to calculate the rank correlation, but with additional point, that is when there is a tie in observation available. Then in that case, how we can assign the ranks to that repeated observations or similar observations, that we'll learn. And then afterwards, how we can calculate the rank correlation with correction factor. We have discussed in the theory point that when there is a tie in observation, again I am repeating that theory, that tie in observation means what? When there is a repetition of observation in the variable x or variable y, or in both the variables there is a repetition available. Okay, for twice, for thrice, for 4 times, for 5 times, then that repetition of observations in variable x or y or both is known as tie in observations. In such a case, all that similar observation values available, that is repeated observation values available, will get the same rank. We cannot assign them different rank because they are all having the similar value, so we have to assign them the similar rank. Okay, and in that case, when you assign the similar rank, in that case you have to find out average of the possible ranks assignable to that observations, similar observations, and that average rank we have to assign to that all similar observations available. Okay, and under this circumstance, as we are taking the average for the purpose of assigning the rank, so in that case we have to find out correction factor, and with the help of correction factor we'll calculate the rank correlation. So that we are going to learn today. So for that purpose we are going to solve 5th question today. Till 4th one we have solved yesterday in the last session. Today in this session we will solve 5th, 6th and the other 2 which are available, so that we can complete this exercise. Afterwards we'll move on the last exercise as well as that graphical method, that is scatter diagram method exercise available. Okay, so 5th one we'll see. From the following information of heights of husband and wife, calculate the rank correlation coefficient between their heights. Okay, so we have to find out, it is given again, see, we have to find out rank correlation coefficient. Okay, so that is why we have to use over here Spearman's method. Now the observations available, see, variable height of husband centimeters, that is in centimeter available, height of husband, that is considered as variable x, and height of wife, it is also available in centimeters, considered as variable y. Okay, then the observations, whenever you use rank correlation method, remember to read the observations carefully, because which observations are repeatedly available in our variable x or variable y, that we have to remember. Accordingly we can assign them the ranks. Okay, like see, in the variable x, height of husband 156, 153, 185, 157, 163, 191 and 162. Okay, and in height of wife, in the x variable x, there is no repetition, we have all the different observation values are given. In height of wife, variable y, 154, 148, 162, 157, 162, 170 and 154. There are 2 observations which are repeated available, these 2, 154, 154, 162, 162. So tie in observations in variable y we have available, so we have to assign them rank according to the ranks assignable and taking their average rank. That I will show you how to calculate that, but for that purpose we'll prepare these 2 columns, and accordingly we'll try to calculate the rank correlation. So I have already prepared the columns and I wrote over here, see, you can see on your screen it is available. Height of husband is considered as variable x, height of wife is considered as variable y. I wrote the observations also according to the given information. Now we'll assign the ranks. As we are using the rank correlation method, we have to assign the ranks. So we'll write first of all the column of Rx. Now there are how many pairs of observation that you have to decide. So see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So n is equals to 7 available. Now we'll assign them rank. So in the variable x, no repetition available, all are different observations available. So accordingly we'll move ahead to assign the rank. So out of these observations, the highest value will be assigned first rank. Accordingly we have to move ahead one by one in the descending order. Okay, so highest value in this observation is 191. That will be provided or assigned first rank. Then the next highest value is 185, will be provided second rank. After 185, the next value is available 163, that will be provided third rank. Then next value available is 162, will be assigned fourth rank. After 162, now in 50s, 150s we have, so 157 next value, it is assigned fifth rank. After 157, next value is 156, that will be given sixth rank, and last value is 153, will be assigned seventh rank. Okay, similarly now we'll assign the ranks to the variable y. Now in variable y, you have to keep in mind these two things. There are two observations repeated available, 154, then 162 and 162. So in order, when you assign the ranks to these values, you have to assign the same rank to these repeated observations, similar observations available. Okay, so we'll move ahead again in this same manner. The highest value in the given data in variable y, it is 170, will be assigned first rank. After 170, the next value we have available is in 60s 162. There are two times available 162, so I will show you, see the calculation. Rank of 62, so 162, rank of 162. So you can see there are two values 162 available two times, that is 162 162. So after one, if you assign these two values ranks, then it may be second observation rank and third rank may be available, right? The 2 and 3, second and third rank can be assignable to these observations. If they are both different values in order, then it can be provided or it can be assigned second and third rank. So its average we have to take now. So second and third means 2 plus 3 divided by 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 by 2, which is 2.5. That is the rank assignable to this 162 observation. 2.5. Got it? After 162 now, because we can see now the next value whatever we are going to assign the rank, that will be assigned the next rank after this we have, because second and third rank is utilized over here to assign the rank to 162. Now the next rank we have to assign is from the value fourth rank. Okay, and that is to which value we have to assign? The after 162, the next value available is 157, this one, that will be assigned fourth rank. Okay, got it? Then after 157, the next value available are these two values, 154 154. So again we'll try to find out the rank of value 154. Now to 154 there are two times it is available, right? So to this 154, which two ranks can be assignable? The fourth rank is used, last one over here. So next two rank assignable to these values, fifth and sixth. So 5 plus 6 divided by 2. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 upon 2, that is 5.5. So this 154 will be assigned rank 5.5 and 5.5. And then the last value remaining is 148, and it will be given last rank after the sixth rank which you have utilized over here, that will be 7th. And you can see n is equals to also 7th. We can say that all the ranks are assigned properly. So this is the new part. First of all, what is this? Assigning the rank, and it is which rank we have assigned? Average rank to both the repeated observations available in order. Okay, this is the first thing. What is the new part we have? Okay, after this now when you have this kind of repetition of observations available and you assign them average rank, then first you have to find out the correction factor. With the help of correction factor you have to calculate the rank correlation. Okay, so for that purpose we'll find out CF now, correction factor. So CF is equals to, this is called correction factor, I am writing the name, correction factor. In short it is written as CF is equals to sum of m cube minus m divided by 12, sum of m cube minus m divided by 12. This is your formula. So m cube, m, first of all, what is this m? The m means number of times that observations repeated, that is called m. There are two observations we have, so for each observation we have to find out CF. So I am showing that calculation over here only, and their addition will be your correction factor. Okay, the first I am going to write calculation for CF for this 162 value. So 162 is available over here for 2 times, so m is equals to 2. So you can write 2 cube minus 2 divided by 12 plus, now another observation which is repeated available 154, and it is also repeated how many times? 2 times only. So it is there also m we have to write how much? 2. So 2 cube minus 2 divided by 12. Now solve this. So 2 cube is 8, 8 minus 2 is how much? 6, 6 upon 12 plus 6 upon 12. Denominators are same, so numerator can be added. The 12, 6 plus 6 is 12, 12 upon 12 is, this is your correction factor. How much it is? 1. Okay, now to find out rank correlation we'll write the formula first. R is equals to 1 minus 6 into bracket sum of d square plus CF. This is a addition only, that CF will be added to sum of d square divided by n into n square minus 1. The formula is, whole formula is same formula, only the additional part is what? CF, that correction factor will be added to sum of d square, that is only the change. Okay, so in that case first we'll find out over here d first. D means it is called Rx minus Ry, and then we'll find out d square total. Okay, so we'll take the difference of these two values. Okay, Rx minus Ry. So 6 minus 5.5, it is 0.5. 7 minus 7, 0. 2 minus 2.5 is minus 0.5. 5 minus 4, 1. 3 minus 2.5 is 0.5. 1 minus 1, 0. 4 minus 5.5, it is minus 1.5. Okay, now we'll move ahead to calculate the value d square. Okay, you can find out this total must be equals to 0. You can find out that, see, 0.5 and 0.5 it is 1, 1 plus 1 2, and minus 0.5 and minus 1.5 is also minus 2, 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, now we'll calculate d square. So square of these values, so 0.5 square is 0.25, 0 square is 0, minus 0.5 square is plus 0.25, then 1 square is 1, 0.5 square is 0.25, 0 square is 0, and minus 1.25 square is 1.5 square is 2.25. Okay, and now we have to find out its addition, so that will find out 2.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25 plus 0.25, that is equals to 3. This is your sum of d square. 3 plus 1 is also there, that is total 4. This one is there, missing, it was, I forgot to take it in the calculation. 0.25, again 0.25, then 1, then 0.25 and 2.25. Yes, it is 4. Got it? Now we'll replace the values over here. So see now, it is 1 minus 6 into sum of d square we got 4 plus CF is 1 divided by n is 7 into bracket 7 square 49 minus 1. So 1 minus 6 into 4 plus 1 5, 6 into 5 30 upon 7 into 48, that is equals to 1 minus 30 divided by 7 into 48 is 336. I am showing you the calculation over here, remaining part also on this corner. So we can write that for r is equals to 1 minus, now 30 divided by 336, which is equals to 0.089. So I can take 0.09, and now the deduction, so minus 1 minus 0.09 is 0.91. This is your answer, and it is positive value you got. So we can write over here partial positive correlation. This is the correlation between the two variables x and y. This is how the rank correlation can be calculated with the help of tie in observation and correction factor. Similarly, now we'll move on the next question again, that is question number 6 available in your textbook, exercise 2.3. Similarly, okay, see, I'm reading the sum. Two interviewers gave the following scores to the candidates on the basis of their performance in the interview. Find the rank correlation coefficient between the evaluation of two interviewers. Candidates are given from A to H. Marks by the first interviewer, not ranks it is given, it is given marks. Okay, the variable x it is available. Marks for by the first interviewer given is considered as variable x, and marks by the second interviewer given is considered as variable y. We'll find out the value. See, 28, 44, 10, 28. So 28, 28, it is repetition available, these two value. Then 47, 35, 19 and 40. So only one observation is repeated twice in variable x. And now variable y, 32, 45, 25, 32, 41, 32, 24 and 38. So 32 available in the variable y, which is repeated for how many times? 3 times. Other observations are all different available. So we'll write the observations and we'll calculate the rank correlation again. It is provided that you have to calculate the rank correlation. So we'll write and we'll see the calculation, how we can do the calculation. Okay, so first of all we'll write the observations over here, question number 6. Okay, now first thing is we'll write that assumption that marks by first interviewer is considered as x, and marks by second interviewer is considered as variable y. Now we'll write that two variables observations one by one, x and y. So I have prepared first column x, second y. I am writing the observations in the variable x column: 28, 44, 10, 28, 47, 35, 19 and 40, and variable y 32, 45, 25, 32, 41, 32, 24 and 38. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. There are 8 candidates observations are available, so n is equals to 8. Okay, I am marking that observations which are repeated available in both the variables. 28 is repeated available in variable x, 32 is repeated available in variable y for 3 times. So accordingly we can remember to calculate the average rank of that observations. Okay, so now first we'll move on assigning the ranks to the observations of variable x. So in the variable x, now we can find out the maximum observation value first, and then we'll start recording the assigning the ranks. Okay, so in the variable x, the maximum observation available is 47, will be assigned first rank. After 47, the next highest value is 44, assigned second rank. After 44, the next highest value is 40, assigned third rank. After 40, the next highest value is 35, assigned fourth rank. After 35, the next highest value now comes is this 28. So now we'll find out the rank of 28. Now it is repeated for twice, means next 2 ranks average you have to take. The last rank we have used over here was the 4th rank. So next 2 rank after that we can write as 5th and 6th divided by 2. 5 plus 6 divided by 2. 11 by 2 we can write 5.5. So rank for 28 is 5.5 and 5.5. After 28, now the next value available is 19, and next rank assignable to 19 is after this, because over here we have taken already 5th and 6th of rank value. So now we have to take over here 7th rank to 19th value, and last value is 10, will be assigned last rank 8th. This is how the rank can be assigned. Okay, now ranks to the observations of variable y. So in the variable y column we can see the highest value available is 45, will be assigned first rank. After 45, the next highest value available is 41, that is assigned second rank. After 41, the next value available is 38, will be assigned third rank. After 38, the next value is this 3 value 32. So now we'll find out rank of 32. Now 32 is repeated for how many times? 3 times. So next 3 ranks average you have to take. So next 3 rank means last rank you utilized over here was the third rank. So after third, next 3 ranks you have to take. So that is 4th rank plus 5th rank plus 6th rank, and average it means divided by number of observations 3, not 2, because we have taken 3 values total over here. So 4 plus 5 plus 6, that is 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 6 is 15, 15 upon 3 it is 5. So rank of these 32 is assigned 5th rank. Okay, after 32, now the next value available, last 2 value now available, that is 25, next value after 32, that will be assigned next rank. Now 6th rank up to 6th rank taken over here. So now the rank assignable to 25 is how much? 7, and the last value 24 assigned 8th rank. This is the procedure which you have to follow. Now as we have taken the average of ranks, first we'll find out the correction factor, CF. Correction factor, CF is equals to formula sum of m cube minus m divided by 12. Now there are 2 observations which are repeated available, 28 and 32. So there are 2 CF we have to find out, and their addition will be your correction factor you have to use. Okay, so now first CF will calculate for 28. 28 is repeated for 2 times only. So m is equals to, we have to take 2 over here. So 2 cube minus 2 upon 12 plus next CF we have to calculate for 32. Now 32 is repeated for 3 times. That means m is taken over here is 3. So 3 cube minus 3 upon 12. 2 cube is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6 upon 12 plus 3 cube is 27. 27 minus 3 is 24 upon 12. Now see, 6 upon 12 is 0.5 and 24 by 12 is 2. So CF will be 2.5. This is your CF, correction factor. Now we'll calculate rank correlation R. So R is equals to, formula is 1 minus 6 sum of d square plus CF divided by n into n square minus 1. So now for that purpose we'll find out d and d square. So next column d, that is Rx minus Ry. Now we'll calculate this difference. 5.5 minus 5 is 0.5, 2 minus 1 is 1, 8 minus 7 is also 1, 5.5 minus 5 is 0.5, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, 4 minus 5 is minus 1, 7 minus 8 is minus 1, and 3 minus 3 is 0. Again you can confirm your answer. See, negative answer is total is minus 1 and minus 1 is minus 3, and a positive total 1 plus 1 2 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1, 2 plus 1 is also 3. So plus 3 minus 3 it is 0. Every time you can get D, total always 0 only in this method. Okay, but we need total of D square. So next column D square column. So we'll add up all these values. We'll take the square of these values and then we'll add up all these values. Okay, so 0.5 square 0.25, 1 square 1, again 1 square 1, 0.5 square is 0.25, minus 1 square positive 1, again minus 1 square 1, minus 1 square 1, and 0 square 0. This value is total. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 0.25 and 0.25 is 0.5 or 0.50. So 5 plus 0.5, it is 5.50 or 5.5. This is your sum of D square. Okay, this is what the D square total we got. Now we'll replace the value over here. So see, now I will show you the calculation in this part only. 1 minus 6 into sum of D square is 5.5 plus CF is 2.5 divided by n is 8 into 8 square is 64 minus 1. On the other part I will show you the calculation remaining. Therefore R is equals to 1 minus, now 5.5 plus 2.5, it is equals to 8. 5.5 plus 2.5, it is equals to 8. 8 into 6, that comes to 48. I am writing directly these values. Okay, you can do this kind of way also, no problem. Now over here in the denominator, 8 into 64 minus 1 is how much? 64 minus 1 is 63. So 8 into 63, that is 504. So 1 minus, now this division 48 divided by 504, that comes to 0.095 it is there. So you can take 0.10. 0.0 you can see on our calculator on the screen. I have shown you 0.09 and the third digit is 5. If it is 5 or more, then in this preceding value you have to add 1. So 9 it is there. So if you add 1, then it will become 10. So I wrote over here 0.10. Now 1 minus 0.10. So R is equal to, you can write, therefore R is equal to 0.90. So again we got positive answer, but not exactly 1. So it is called partial positive correlation. This is your answer. That is how we can calculate the correlation between the two variables x and y, and with the help of correction factor. That is the end of this session. Yesterday in the last session, I think so, I gave some questions for your practice from the exercise 2. So that is also in section E. 1, 2, 3 and 4 question I gave you in exercise 2 section E. Now today I will give you some more question for your practice, okay, from the same exercise. So you can take question number from 5th, question number 5. I am marking that question from the textbook only, page number 112 it is available. Question number 5. Then rank in test available, question number 6. That rank in test, you can see there are ranks available in which 3.5 it is repetition available, similar rank, and over here in the rank in test 2, no repetition. Repetition available means similar rank available means what? There was a tie in observation and accordingly they gave this average rank. So in that case you have to find out what? CF, correction factor. So CF for this, it is repeated for twice only, so m is equals to 2 you have to take, and accordingly you have to calculate your answer. Try this, otherwise next time we'll discuss this sum. I will show you how we can solve that sum also. Okay, that is. And also on section F on page number 113, question number 1, these are the common questions. Now you have already done this kind of questions. Question number 2, question number 3, Karl Pearson's method, all are these sums available. Question number 4, that is for your homework at present. Okay, so in exercise 2 section E, question number 5, 6, and section F, question number 1, 2, 3 and 4 for your practice. Okay, yesterday also I gave you 5 questions actually. One is from exercise 2.3 and 4 from exercise 2 section E. Today I gave 6 questions to you. Okay, so try to practice it at your home now. This is what your work now. Okay, because same type of sum we have done in exercise 2.2 as well as 2.3. Okay, so that is the end of this session. Thank you and take care.